kind man causes good things to happen for himself, but a cruel man causes trouble for himself. Proverbs 11:17.
See, I have a story to tell, where I have been and where I am. Was wondering why life seems so hard, and how can I get out of my mess?
Hello, and welcome to Grace TV Inspired. I hope you're having a wonderful afternoon or evening or whatever time it is where you are, and I hope life is being fair to you, as we always say. Today we're going to be talking again about our topic, emotional intelligence. We're going to be talking into another episode of this, and we'll just explain deeper about emotional intelligence and how it can affect our lives and the characteristics of it, and just like the value or importance of emotional intelligence. What is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand and use and manage your emotions in positive ways to relieve stress, communicate effectively, empathize with others, overcome challenges, and diffuse conflict. It sounds like big English and complicated and something we don't really understand. But what are we trying to say here? Emotional intelligence is just how you as an individual can understand and manage your emotions to help you achieve positive things in life. That's the summary of it, yeah. And so today we're just going to be speaking about the characteristic of emotional intelligence. Last week I spoke about Daniel Goleman because he's very important in my learnings about emotional intelligence. He's a psychologist who made emotional intelligence popular. He's a psychologist who's worked on it and has made it quite popular. From time to time I'll be referring to him and just telling you guys about Daniel Goleman. If you've not read about him or watched him or read his books, check him out. So first I'll start by talking about the characteristics of emotional intelligence. There are a few characteristics and they're quite broad, so we can't cover everything, but I'm going to mention them and just give you little explanations of what I understand by what they mean, and then over time we will talk deeper and deeper about them. One of them actually I've spoken about before, as I said last week, which is empathy, but I'm going to do another video more detailed about this topic. So I'll just list to you the characteristics of emotional intelligence and the 5 of them that are important that I know. The first is self-awareness, self-regulation or self-management. The next one is motivation, and then empathy, as I've mentioned, and social skills. Now let me just dive a bit into these topics. Self-awareness. What is self-awareness? Well, awareness is the ability to understand your own emotions and their effect on your performance in every aspect of life. Understanding who you are, your emotions, the things that move you, the things that you're passionate about, your feelings, and how they affect your performance in every aspect of life. Is it in your relationships? Is it at your place of work? Is it in your social group or your bubble? Is it in your family life? So self-awareness is knowing who you are and knowing your own emotions and understanding who you are and your own feelings, and how understanding that can help you manage the things you go through in all these aspects of your life that I've mentioned. The second is self-recognition or self-management. Self-recognition is how you control and manage yourself and these emotions. Let me explain the difference between these two because they sound quite alike. Self-awareness is, first of all, the ability to understand those emotions, right? And then self-regulation or management is how you control. So before you control and manage your emotions, you have to understand them, because if you don't know what you're controlling, then there's no way you can manage it. So self-management is the next stage that you go through in developing your emotional intelligence. So what happens here? You control and manage these emotions that you know, and manage yourself and use it in the right way in all your relationships or in all your life, everything that goes on in your life. And then the third one I'm going to talk about is motivation. What is self-motivation? Self-motivation includes your personal drive and how you can improve them and achieve goals through them. So every individual has a drive. We all have drives. Like, even some people have more than 10 drives, like what you're passionate about. Like, I as a person, I'm passionate about God, I'm passionate about people, I'm passionate about the weak, passionate about people who've gone through abuse, whatever kind of abuse you can think of. I'm passionate about music. Like, once I hear music, like, that's it for me. I'm passionate about motivating people. I'm passionate about inspiring the young. I'm passionate about success. I'm passionate about just seeing a smile up on people's faces. What is your passion in life? What is your passion in life? What is your motivation? What is your personal drive? Is it just work? Is your personal drive having a big car, or having a big house, or having a large family? Is a personal drive and thing that makes you wake up every morning and want to live every day of your life? What is it? Ask yourself. Because once you know what your personal drive is, that's going to help you to be intelligent emotionally. And as humans, because we're made in the image of God, God loves us. So one emotion that every human possesses is love. I cannot tell you anyone in the world who's not felt or received love. So every day when we wake up, we should think about love and care for humanity. That should be one of your main focus. That could help you in developing your emotional intelligence. And that once you know what your drive is, and once you know what your passion is, you can improve and achieve goals, around your passion and around your drive, right? The next thing is empathy, which I've spoken about, as I said. What is empathy? I'll just summarize that again. Empathy is the ability to feel what others are feeling. It's the ability to feel what others are feeling, putting yourself in the shoes of others and just getting why they feel the way they feel. And then finally, the social skill. Social skill is the skills needed to handle and influence other people's emotions effectively. It's a skill needed to handle and influence other people's emotions effectively. So if you listen to all these things I've listed, you can tell that they're all connected one way or the other. First of all, you're aware of yourself. Second of all, you manage your emotions. Third of all, you're motivated. Yeah, you've got personal drive. Fourthly, you've got empathy towards other people, not just you. So first of all, you. And then once you're okay, it goes out to others. And you can put yourself in others' shoes. And then that helps your social skill and how you relate with people and how you help other people influence their emotions. Someone is in a bad mood. You have put yourself in that person's shoes and you can create a lovely atmosphere. You get home and, for example, you get home and maybe your husband has lost his job and he's going through pain. You feel it. You're not like, oh, it's just a job, you get another one. No, you feel it. You put yourself in his shoes and you think about what you could have done if it was you. And you're there for him and you take his attention away from his losing his job and put his attention in a better place that will help his mental health. Yeah? Talking about mental health, emotional intelligence is really important for mental health, because once you can balance it up, it helps you. It can help your anxiety. It can help many. The other aspect I'm going to talk about is the benefit of emotional intelligence. What is the benefit of emotional intelligence? High emotional intelligence can help an individual to communicate better. Yeah? High emotional intelligence helps you to communicate better. It reduces anxiety, as I spoke about. Makes you less anxious once you actually recognize your core reason of being here on earth, and you're able to manage, that, and help others who have not be able to identify and manage theirs. So it helps you communicate better with people, even people with different temperaments from you. Someday we're going to talk about different temperaments and how to understand people that you relate with. Yeah? And then it helps to reduce anxiety because you're not worried about a lot of things. You're not worried about the people close to you because you're able to kind of fit in and make an impact in their lives. It also reduces stress, panicking and being scared, not being able to live in the moment, being too scared, anxiety, being too scared of tomorrow, not being able to live in the moment, not being able to live a good life, not being able to love, because when you love and love is around you and happiness is around you and the positive emotions, you've got positive emotions, it attracts people. It attracts people to you, attracts good to you, and that's you living a better life. Emotional intelligence uses conflict. So you have a misunderstanding with someone, you're able to come down to their level and say, okay, I get it. Or even if you don't get it, can we talk about this and meet at the middle, and let's understand why this is happening in our relationship, and let's make a change. It helps you to have less enemies, because usually people get upset and walk out of your life when they feel like you don't get them. So it helps you to be able to diffuse conflicts. It helps to improve your relationships. That's also connected. Like, everyone wants a positive person in their life. Anyone who's going to add negative vibes to me. But if you have positive vibe, I'm attracted to you. I want to be in your life. I want you in my life. It's normal. Positive attracts. Yeah? So it helps to improve relationships, and it helps to empathize with others, as we've spoken about. We're talking about the benefits of emotional intelligence. Yeah? And it helps to effectively overcome life's challenges. All challenges we face, what are the challenges of life? What are your challenges in life? Is it financial? Is it relationship-wise? Is it trauma? What is it that is affecting your life and not helping you and is dragging you down, from living your best life? Life is once. We only get to live once. We only get to live once. So how do you want to live your life? How do you want to live your life? Are you willing to do the things, the necessary things, to help you live a good life, and a life that can impact this generation, and a life that when it's all over, and whatever years to come, you've made your impact. You've made your positive impact. Our emotional intelligence, affects the quality of lives that we live, because it influences our behavior and our relationships, which is a big chunky part of living. Nobody's an island. You need relationships, and you even need to be in tune with yourself. So emotional intelligence is important, as it helps also our physical and our mental and our mental health and our well-being, because once that's in place, you're able to meet with yourself and agree with yourself that this is me, and you have control over that. You manage your self-management, and you have a motivation for living and waking up every morning, and you have empathy towards others, and you have a good social life. Mental health most times comes from loneliness. Mental health most times comes from you feeling less of yourself and feeling I'm not good enough. Mental health comes from fear of tomorrow, fear of what will my life bring. It comes from once you've done something bad, the pain or the pain of the past or the guilt of life makes you go mental. It comes from a lot of things that I can't mention, but as you're listening, you can point out in your own life. Everyone is different, everyone is unique. In your own life, what is that aspect of your life that you need to put in place to keep your mental health well? All these points I've listed would be a foundation that would help you. As I started, the Bible says in Proverbs 11:17, a kind man causes good things to happen to himself. If you're kind, you attract things, good things. And a cruel man causes trouble for himself. You're cruel, you're negative. People run away from you. Good things go away from you. So stay kind. Develop your emotional intelligence. Be sensitive to others. Be sensitive to yourself. Wake up every day with a passion of the reason why you're here on earth. Yeah. I hope I hope I've been able to drop something, drop a seed in you that could make a positive change in your life, right? And I hope you'll be here again next week as I talk more about emotional intelligence, and I hope this has been able to kick you in the butt and say, come on, be successful and have a wonderful life. Yeah? So thank you for watching as always, and I just want you to know that I love you and thank you for watching. There's no me without you. So keep watching, subscribe, share to all your friends that need this word. Let's spread the word. So I just want to say I love you as always, and thank you, beautiful people. Have a wonderful evening.
Suddenly I hear a soft, still voice